Hello. So, after learning these laws of chemical combinations, which are the laws of constant proportions and the laws of conservation of mass, we need to understand why this happens and how this happens. So, we shall justify these stoichiometric laws in this given class. Now, for that, we need to understand how a matter is built. So now Dalton's atomic theory is the thing that first comes to our mind in this regard. So Sir John Dalton was a British scientist. He actually founded some postulates or theory which served a major contribution in chemistry. His theory, called Dalton's atomic theory, actually helped chemistry to develop into a full-fledged science. Now, the very fact that every matter or any substance is made of, just a second, a car is coming. Yeah, so the fact that every substance is made of tiny particles was established a long time ago, very earlier. So Dalton had called this atoms. So in his first postulate, he said that all matters is built of large number of tiny particles called atoms. So, and atoms cannot be created or be divided, destroyed in a chemical reaction. So basically, if you take a substance in whatever amount and you look deeper and deeper, the tiniest thing you can get out of it is called atoms. So we may say the atoms are the fundamental particle that builds some substance. So whatever you take, you break, and the smallest unit you can get out of it are called atoms. Now the same elements or same substance elements has atoms, and all these atoms have same mass, size or property. For example, if you take oxygen as a gas and you collect oxygen from different sources or produce oxygen from different chemical reactions, in every case the atoms of this oxygen produced or collected will have same mass, size and other properties. So the atoms actually determines the property of an element. Now obviously different elements will have different masses, size and properties, because hydrogen is different than oxygen in every other way. So that will mean the oxygen atom is different than hydrogen atoms in their mass, size and properties. For example, one hydrogen atom has a radius 53 nanometer. If you consider an atom as a sphere, that sphere will have a radius, and that radius are 53 nanometer. One hydrogen atom has a mass 1.007 unit. Now since atoms are very small, we cannot use gram or kilogram to explain their mass. So you have to take another unit, establish another unit for such a small mass. Now 1 unit is 1.66 into 10 to the power 24 grams. So for one hydrogen atom, the mass is 1.007 unit. If we convert this into gram, it will be 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So that's how light a hydrogen atom is. Similarly, different atoms like chlorine, oxygen will have different mass and radius. Now you have to understand that the atoms cannot exist in free state, because an individual atom is highly reactive. They have very high energy. They cannot stay at free state. So atoms has to combine with other atoms to be stable. Now if the atoms of so in that case the atoms combine together to form a molecule. Okay, just a second, another bike is coming. sorry. Okay, so if the atoms of different elements combines, they will form a molecule of compound, and if the atoms of same kind of elements combined, they will form a molecules of a pure substance or element. In the first case, for example, two hydrogen atoms, if combines with one oxygen atom, it will produce a water molecule, a single water molecule. Like this, here the blue sphere is the oxygen molecule and the surrounding two green spheres are the hydrogen atoms. I'm sorry, the blue sphere is oxygen atom and the surrounding green spheres are hydrogen atom. In this case, two hydrogen atoms, obviously representing the same element, has combined to form a molecule which is H2 hydrogen molecule. So what happens in a reaction? How Dalton's theory actually can be used to explain the laws of this stoichiometric laws. So that shall be our next discussion. Thank you.